Is there a divorce in your future? If so, you might be wondering, can I prepare and file my own divorce papers? To help you answer this question, we've gone over to our website to show you what divorce papers actually look like. These divorce papers, and as you can see there are 9 of them, are for the state of Tennessee. Compared to other states, Tennessee divorces are relatively simple. Let's take a closer look at the individual documents. First up is the civic case cover sheet. This is basically a summary of all the relevant information related to your divorce. Then there is the actual complaint for divorce, and as you can see, it has several sections, including jurisdiction, statistical data, which contains information about the parties, something called averments, what's that, like rats and stuff? Along with several other sections which state the grounds for divorce, if there is any property to be divided, who will be responsible for whatever marital debts there might be, if alimony will be awarded, and finally the prayer, where the plaintiff goes to church. No, where the plaintiff asks the court to render a decision favorable to him or her. Next up is the summons, which has to be prepared, signed by the clerk, hand-delivered to the defendant, along with the other divorce papers, signed by the sheriff who serves the defendant, and the return of service filed at the court. What if you can't afford the filing fee necessary to get your divorce? Well, then you can submit an Affidavit of Indigency and hope that the judge waives your filing fee. As you can see, this is not a simple form either, requiring your employer and income information along with all living expenses and debts. You will eventually either receive an order allowing you to file with the fee waived, or a determination of non-indigency, in which case you need to cough it up. Filing fees typically range from $100 to $200, but in some states they can run as high as $400. Talk about a ripoff. You also need to prepare a financial declarations form, which is a more detailed look at your financial situation, including income, expenses, debts, and assets. You'll notice that this divorce paper needs to be signed and notarized, and a copy mailed to your spouse. He or she will be required to reciprocate, so you each have a detailed understanding of the other's finances. If there are minor children involved, then most states require a detailed custody and visitation proposal called a parenting plan. As you can see, this is a blueprint covering virtually every aspect of raising a child going forward now that the parents are no longer going to be living together. It's extremely important because it ensures that there will be no misunderstanding as to which parent has the child and when. What happens if you serve your spouse and they don't file a response in the time allowed? Well, then you can file a motion for default, which means that you basically receive what you asked for because the other party has failed to contest the divorce. If the motion is granted, then you will receive a default judgment. This is usually the last order before a final decree is issued, and you are finally divorced. Hopefully, your takeaway from this video is that filing for divorce can be a very complicated process, and unless you have a legal background, it's probably not a good idea that you attempt it on your own. So, what can you do to break the bonds of marriage if you simply cannot afford to pay for an attorney? Well, one thing you can do is to call us, and we'll be happy to steer you in the right direction. You do have options, and we'll be more than happy to share them with you. Call us any day, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please be sure to allow 10 to 15 minutes for the call and be ready to take a few notes. Call us today. We look forward to helping you.